Hey y'all, it's Deb. Welcome back. Today I'm going to share with you my menu for the week, my Walmart haul, and an update on how our family is doing with our no spend January. Before I get into it, I would love to know, how are you doing? What are your goals that you have for the month? And if you haven't set any yet, you are not too late. There's always time to jump in. Saving money at any time in your life is so much better than just waiting for the perfect Monday or the perfect month or the time of the year. So if you haven't started any goals yet, jump in with us. There's a bunch of us all doing it together, and I would love to hear how you guys are doing. Keep in mind that when I share my prices with you, I live in South Florida, number one. Number two, we are essentially feeding 4 adults and a preteen. So the amount of food that we need might be different from yours. My prices might be different from yours, but it's just to give you an idea of where we are. Let's do a recap of what my budget was for the month, and therefore what the budget is for the week and how much we're going to have left over, because there are some things that need to be explained. We set a budget of $900 for the month for all of our food. Now, because I know we're going to need things like trash bags, laundry detergent, things like that, I set another budget of $100 a month for all toiletries. That includes body wash, deodorant, anything that someone in the family might need. $900 for the month means that I have $225 every week for our food. Well, last week, and I'll post the video here, last week I only spent $147. Yay. So that means I've got leftover money from last week to roll over if I need to onto this week. And that left me with $78 left over. So technically for this week, I have $225 plus that $78. Remember this tip. We always want to check our refrigerator, freezer, and pantry before we make our menu plan and before we then make our grocery list. When I go over the receipt later, and I'll give you a video shot of that, when I show that to you, you're going to see things on there that are not food and they're not toiletries. That's going to be fabric that I use to make clothes for Elizabeth or myself. That's going to come from a separate budget that we've already allocated. So the receipt total is going to look high, but it's not when you break it down into the way that we do our budget. This is why budgeting is so important. When you have a budget, people think that it's a very constricting word, and that means I can't spend money on the things that I want or the things that I need. What a budget does is it actually gives you freedom to spend kind of where you want to, especially if the numbers add up correctly. You have more freedom to buy those things rather than feeling like I can't ever buy anything. So if you don't have a budget, get a budget. Let's get into the Walmart haul. I needed a chicken because, obviously I'm gonna roast it, but I really need it for the carcass so I can make broth. I'm out of all of our broth. Y'all, these packages of chicken, where I live in South Florida, they were $4.72 for 10 pounds of leg quarters. You cannot find chicken cheaper than that. If you can find these at your store, you need to snatch them up. We were able to squeeze in some bacon. We love that. Sausage for the children. This package of ground beef is gonna be used with this to make burger bombs. One of my favorite things to do with this, if we can fit it into the budget, is to put a couple tablespoons in a bowl of oatmeal. If you have not tried that, you need to. We were out of maple syrup, and I was really worried because pure maple syrup is very, very expensive. But because of our budgeting and because I've been good with our food purchases, we squeezed it in. We were out of barbecue sauce. We needed creamer. This is for the children. This package of ground beef and this will be used with some pantry items for my Instant Pot pasta. If you want to know what I'm talking about, I'll link it below. It's one of my family's favorites. Now, here's one of my favorite parts of what we're doing for January and how it's making me aware of how we spend our money. Even though I'm trying to tighten up the belt on our budget, look at all the produce so Adam and I can have salad. Our family loves roasted broccoli. I'm going to try these Cosmic Crisp apples. I've been told they are amazing. I haven't had strawberries in a while, so we got those. Adam and I like to cut these up, these cucumbers, the baby ones and the seedless, with chopped up tomato with ranch. Super good. And I got cilantro because we're going to have a pot of chili. With the chili, we're going to make corn muffins. Don't start with me. I'm from the South and I don't do sweet cornbread, but my family's not Southern and they really like this. So I'm just going to make what they like. I need the beef broth with the chili. If you have not tried this marinade on chicken thighs, you are missing out. Let it sit all night. Let your chicken thighs marinate. Next day, put them in the oven and just let them bake. Super good. 2 bags of chips that I'm going to put in snack baggies because it's cheaper than buying the pre ones. The queso is for Adam and I, pretzels for one of my kids. Here's a bag of sugar. We don't go through a ton, so this is going to last me a really long time, like 2 or 3 months, if not longer. We were out of onion powder. Yes, we go through a lot. All of these will go into a large container. So I'll show you the receipt in a few minutes. This is everything. Now, these are all the food items that came to $140. This is going to feed us, plus everything we have stashed away in the freezer. We don't have a big stash in the freezer, but we have a few items in the pantry. $140 will get you more than you think, and you might be able to buy more depending on where you live. Let me share my toiletries section with you. So this I use when I run because I hate deer flies, but they love me and it's horrible and they hurt really bad. This is the only thing that works. Several people in the family needed deodorant. All of the men in my house needed body wash. We have 3 people in our home that use contacts, and this stuff helps prevent the buildup on your contacts if you have allergies, and we do, so this is very helpful. Eye doctor told me about it. He was right. We needed dishwasher packs, and let me share something with you. I only buy the kind that has 32 in the pack. We run the dishwasher once a day for an entire month. That is a tip to save money. I have tried the cheap Walmart version of Dawn. It does not cut the grease at all, and we end up using more. So I'm going to suck it up and just get the regular Dawn. And then we go through, don't start with me. We go through a lot of bags. We use them as consciously as we can, and we don't waste them. But this will last us a very, very long time. So this total comes about to $40. When I show you the receipt, about $140 is what I spent on food. $40 is what I spent on toiletries. And then another part of the receipt is going to be the fabric that I got for Elizabeth's clothes. So this is just some of what I was able to find on sale. If you have not found the sale bin of their fabric, it looks like this. They won't tell you what kind of fabric it is, so you kind of need to know what you're looking at. It is cheap as dirt. So I got a lot of that for her, about $50 worth, and we budget for that. So let me go to the table and I'm going to show you the breakdown of the receipt. Here is the receipt. So the date is on there so you can see. I'm just going to scan it down really, really quickly. You can feel free to screenshot. I'm sorry about that right there. I was doing math on the back for y'all. There's the total. So the total is about $233. Minus 50 for the fabric, minus about 40 for the toiletries, which leaves me only spending $140 on food. Now let's go over some numbers. So last week I had $78 that was left over that I could carry into this week if I needed it. This week I had $85 left over that I can now carry into next week. So 85 plus 78 is $163. This is fantastic. Well, part of it is fantastic. On the way home today, I was thinking about these numbers and I thought, if I had been doing this for the last couple of years, do you know how much money we would have saved on food? And I know food is expensive for everybody right now, but my point is we don't need near as much as I thought we did. I can go longer in between grocery trips than I thought. Now, I tend to go once a week because of the produce, and if I'm going to be in there anyway, I might as well buy what we need for the week. But I don't need as much food in the house as I thought before. So there are 2 ways that you can approach your leftover money. Some people feel more comfortable if they take that money, roll it into the following week, and go ahead and start a stockpile. I have a very small stockpile. So, if the worst of the world were to happen, I could feed my family for about a week. In an emergency, we tend to keep that stuff on hand. But that's not what I use in our everyday cooking because I just want to make sure we have that. Or when we were paying off our debt, any money that we rolled over into the next week, we'd roll it over again just in case, keep track of it and roll it over again until we got to the end of the month. Now, when we were paying off our debt, and I highly recommend that you do this, take the money that's left over at the end of the month that you have not spent, dump it on your debt. All you need really is maybe 3 to 5 days of some food and water in your house. Beyond that, there's not a whole lot that we can do if the world crashes down. But if you lose power or if you're in a hurricane prone area like we are, 3 to 5 days, maybe a week's worth of food is fine. Once you've gotten past that, I highly, highly encourage you to take that money, dump it on your debt. You're gonna pay it off so much faster. So here's my plan. So we don't technically have debt. I mean, we do because we owe money on our house. So in our opinion, we do have debt, but we don't have any consumer debt, right? So my plan at the end of this month is to go through our kitchen, see what needs to be resupplied. We're talking the expensive stuff: laundry detergent, trash bags. If people need deodorant, that contact solution that's really expensive. I'm gonna keep track of what we are running low on at the end of this month. I'll go stock up on just those items. The money that's left over at the end of this month is going to be thrown on the mortgage. We want to attack this thing with a vengeance, and this is how we're gonna do it. So you can still stock up on the things that you need. You know they're expensive and they kind of pull from your food budget, but any money that's left over, dump it on your debt. Put it in your savings account. Save for retirement. Those are the things that are going to help you get ahead in your finances. Now let me share with you our menu for this coming week. You'll notice that I've got the 163 up here because I want to keep track of that for next week's grocery list. Saturday, we're having chili with the cornbread. Sunday, we're going to have that as leftovers as well as cleaning out the fridge. Monday will be roast chicken with potatoes and veggies. Tuesday will be the mojo chicken thighs I was talking about with rice and beans. Wednesday is instant pot pasta. Again, I'm going to link a lot of these videos below so you can learn how to make them. Thursday will be chicken parmesan with salad and raw veggies. Friday, I'm excited that we get to have breakfast for dinner because we have a surplus of, I'm shocked, eggs and bacon, and I'll make some buttermilk biscuits to go with that. There you have our menu plan for the week, the grocery haul for the week. I will not be going to the store again until next Friday. I told the family, if you need something, you're gonna have to deal with it because the more I'm not in the store, the more money that we're saving. So an update on how our no spend January is going. It's going very, very well. We have not spent any money that's not been specifically budgeted and scheduled. We have not eaten out. We've not thrown in the towel and said, oh, we got to get pizza. I know the month is early, but so far we're doing really well. Now I would love to hear from you. What are you having this week? Maybe you've got some meal ideas that I haven't thought of. I would love to hear from you. And how is your no spend going? If you're struggling or if you've already caved, you're human. It's okay. Let's get back on track. Do this with me. I hope you're doing well. I hope y'all have a really great day and I'll talk to you later. Bye. In case you missed it last week, I like to post our menu beside this. This is our big goal, and this is why we're doing this. Maybe you could try something like that at home as well.